The Stoics taught us to observe human behavior deeply, to see what lies beneath the surface. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." When it comes to love and attraction, what you see isn't always what you get. Some of the most profound feelings remain unspoken, hidden beneath subtle signals. In this video, we'll uncover 7 undeniable signs that a woman may secretly harbor deep feelings for you. These are the cues she might not even realize she's giving off, but once you know what to look for, you'll understand her intentions on a deeper level. Stick around until the end, because we'll connect these signs to timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you navigate relationships with clarity and confidence. And if you find this resonates with your experience, like, subscribe, and share your story in the comments below. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. She listens intently. When a woman truly cares, her attention to your words becomes almost magnetic. She isn't just hearing you, she's absorbing every detail, every nuance of what you say. Her focus goes beyond polite conversation. She actively listens to understand you, to connect with you on a deeper level. This isn't the kind of listening that's done out of obligation or habit. It's deliberate and rooted in genuine emotional interest. Think about it. If you mention something in passing, like an upcoming presentation, a small worry, or even a goal you're working toward, she'll remember it. Not only that, but she'll follow up later, asking how it went or offering words of encouragement. For example, you might offhandedly share that you've been stressed about an important meeting, only to find that she checks in afterward, genuinely curious about how you're feeling. This level of attentiveness is rare and meaningful. It's her way of showing that she cares about the details of your life. Her listening isn't confined to big events either. It extends to the little things you share, the fleeting moments of vulnerability that many overlook. If you casually mention your favorite movie, and she later surprises you with tickets to a similar genre or references a meaningful quote from it, she's demonstrating that your words resonate with her. It could be as simple as recalling your favorite childhood snack or your preferred way to spend a weekend. These details, though small, matter to her because they are a part of you. This kind of attentiveness signals that she values your perspective and is invested in truly understanding you. She isn't just gathering information, she's building an emotional map of who you are, what you love, and what makes you tick. And this level of connection isn't accidental. It comes from a place of deep care and respect for you as a person. The Stoics valued this kind of mindfulness in relationships. Seneca wrote, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This principle applies beautifully to the way she listens. Her focus isn't on waiting for her turn to talk or thinking about how to respond. It's on being fully present in the moment with you. She listens with intention, absorbing not just your words, but the emotions and meaning behind them. Beyond her actions, her body language often reveals the depth of her attentiveness. Notice how she leans in slightly when you're talking, maintains steady eye contact, or mirrors your expressions. These subtle cues indicate that she's not just passively listening, she's fully engaged, signaling her interest and emotional connection. Even the questions she asks reflect her effort to go beyond surface-level conversation, delving into what truly matters to you. Listening with this level of care is a skill, and it's one that requires effort and empathy. When she listens to you this intently, she's creating a space where you feel seen, valued, and understood. This isn't about agreeing with everything you say or offering solutions to every problem. It's about being there, fully present, and showing that your thoughts and feelings are important to her. Recognizing this kind of listening requires self-awareness on your part. It's easy to take such gestures for granted, especially if you're not accustomed to being heard so deeply. But when you notice her paying attention to even the smallest details of your conversations, it's a sign that she's genuinely invested in you, not just superficially, but emotionally. In a world where distractions are everywhere, the ability to listen intently is both rare and precious. When she listens to you in this way, it's more than a sign of care, it's an act of connection, a bridge between her world and yours. Cherish this, because it's one of the clearest indications that she values you as more than just someone to talk to. She values you as someone worth understanding. Chapter 2. She makes an effort to be near you. Pay close attention to how she positions herself in your life. This isn't just about physical proximity, it's about how she aligns her priorities, interests, and time to subtly, yet purposefully, overlap with yours. Does she rearrange her schedule to match yours? Does she suddenly take an interest in activities or hobbies you enjoy, even if they're outside her usual comfort zone? These gestures may seem minor at first glance, but they speak volumes about her intentions. Women who harbor deep feelings often find ways to be present in your life without making it obvious that they're going out of their way. For example, she might join a book club you casually mentioned, even if she's never been much of a reader. Or she might show up at a social event she knows you'll attend, even if it's not her typical scene. Perhaps she starts frequenting the same coffee shop you go to or takes a sudden interest in hiking after you talked about your weekend adventures. These aren't coincidences, they're her subtle attempts to be closer to you while respecting your space and maintaining a sense of naturalness. Stoicism teaches us the value of intentionality in our actions and relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her efforts to integrate herself into your world are not just random acts of chance, they are deliberate and meaningful. When she takes these steps to align herself with you, she's signaling that you're important enough for her to adapt her routines and interests. She's quietly demonstrating that you matter, even if she doesn't verbalize it outright. But it doesn't stop at physical proximity or shared interests. She may also subtly encourage deeper emotional closeness. For instance, she might bring up topics you're passionate about to spark engaging conversations or reference something personal you shared with her, showing that she listens and remembers the details of your life. These little cues are her way of telling you, "I see you, I value you, and I want to be part of your world." Recognizing these efforts requires mindfulness on your part. Stoicism reminds us to observe the world and the people around us with clarity and objectivity. When you notice her making an effort to be near you, it's an opportunity to reflect on the depth of her intentions. Is she genuine in her actions? Do her gestures align with the respect and care she shows you in other aspects of your interactions? True connection isn't built overnight. It's the result of intentional acts like these that create a foundation of trust and compatibility. Her willingness to step outside her comfort zone and make room for you in her life isn't just a sign of attraction, it's a sign of her readiness to build something meaningful. Whether it's rearranging her schedule, showing up at the places you frequent, or simply making time to share experiences with you, her actions are a quiet, yet profound, way of expressing her interest. So the next time you notice her going out of her way to be near you, whether physically, emotionally, or intellectually, remember that these moments are her deliberate acts of connection. They're subtle but meaningful, and they're her way of showing that you're not just another part of her day, but someone she wants to integrate into her life. Chapter 3. She shares personal information. When a woman begins sharing personal details about her life, her dreams, fears, past experiences, or challenges, it's one of the most telling signs she feels deeply connected to you. Vulnerability is a rare gift, and when she opens up, it signifies a level of trust and emotional safety she feels in your presence. Sharing personal information is her way of inviting you into her inner world, signaling that you're not just another passing figure, but someone she genuinely values. For instance, she might tell you about a difficult time in her life that shaped her resilience, or reveal a cherished dream she's been nurturing for years. These moments of openness are her way of forging a deeper bond. They are not just casual conversations, they are opportunities for you to connect on an emotional level. By listening attentively and responding with empathy, you reinforce her belief that you're someone she can confide in, a person who truly sees her for who she is. Beyond her words, notice how she shares these personal details. She may pause to gauge your reaction, her eyes searching yours for understanding. This vulnerability is an emotional test of sorts, a way to see if you can handle the depth of who she is. If you meet her openness with warmth and sincerity, it deepens her feelings for you and solidifies her trust. Sharing personal information doesn't always come in monumental stories. Sometimes, it's in the little things she chooses to tell you. She might mention a childhood memory that brings her joy or talk about her favorite place to escape when life gets overwhelming. These glimpses into her world are her way of letting you in, layer by layer, building a connection that feels genuine and intimate. The Stoics valued truth and self-awareness, understanding that embracing vulnerability wasn't a sign of weakness, but of strength. Epictetus famously said, "Know, first, who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." When she shares her personal experiences with you, she's revealing her authentic self. She's showing you her joys, pains, and aspirations without the masks she might wear around others. This honesty creates a powerful foundation for a meaningful connection. Being receptive to her stories is just as important as her willingness to share them. When she opens up, she's entrusting you with a piece of her identity. Demonstrate that you value her trust by engaging in the conversation thoughtfully. Ask follow-up questions, reflect on what she said, and share parts of your own story in return. Reciprocity is key in these moments. It's not just about listening, but about creating a shared emotional space where both of you feel seen and understood. Think about the way she chooses to share with you. Does she lower her voice, as if the information is just for your ears? Does she smile wistfully when recalling a cherished memory or look away nervously when revealing something deeply personal? These nuances are significant. They show the weight of what she's sharing and the importance of your reaction. Personal stories also give you a deeper understanding of her values and priorities. When she talks about her dreams, she's revealing what drives her. When she shares her fears, she's letting you see her vulnerabilities. This level of emotional exposure is rare, and it's a strong indicator that she sees you as someone worthy of knowing her in a way few others do. The Stoics understood that vulnerability, when approached with wisdom, fosters genuine human connection. They believed that relationships rooted in honesty and mutual understanding were among life's greatest treasures. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This idea can guide your interactions when she shares her world with you. Respond with kindness, patience, and an open heart, making her feel safe in her decision to confide in you. In addition to verbal openness, watch for signs in her actions. If she remembers to follow up on something you shared about your life, it shows she values the reciprocal exchange of trust. This mutual vulnerability builds the kind of emotional bond that's not easily broken. Ultimately, when a woman shares personal information, it's an invitation to connect on a deeper level. It's her way of saying, "I trust you to see the real me." How you respond in these moments determines whether that bond grows stronger or fades into a missed opportunity. By honoring her openness and embracing your own vulnerability, you create a relationship dynamic that's rich with emotional depth and authenticity. Chapter 4. Her body language signals interest. Body language is one of the most revealing forms of communication, often expressing feelings and intentions that words fail to convey. When a woman is interested in you, her body language tends to be open, inviting, and subtly intimate. These unconscious signals are her way of expressing attraction and creating a connection without explicitly stating it. For instance, if she leans in while you're speaking, she's not just trying to hear you better, she's subconsciously drawing herself closer to you. This simple act demonstrates that she's engaged and interested in what you have to say. Similarly, if she mirrors your gestures, like adjusting her posture after you shift yours or picking up her drink when you do. It's a sign of alignment. Mirroring is an unconscious way of saying, "I feel comfortable and in sync with you." Eye contact is another powerful indicator. When a woman maintains prolonged eye contact, especially during meaningful parts of the conversation, she's signaling her desire to connect on a deeper level. Prolonged eye contact can create an intimate bond, as if she's looking beyond your words and into your emotions. If her gaze softens or she holds your eyes just a moment longer than necessary, it's a surefire sign she's drawn to you. Pay attention to subtle physical touches. If she brushes her hand against yours, lightly taps your arm during a laugh, or adjusts something on you, like straightening your tie or brushing lint off your jacket, she's finding excuses to close the physical gap. These small gestures often carry a wealth of meaning, signaling her desire to bridge the distance between you. Her posture when she's around you can also reveal her feelings. Does she face you directly, with her shoulders and feet pointed toward you? This indicates her focus and openness. An open posture, relaxed arms, uncrossed legs, or a slight lean forward reflects comfort and receptiveness. On the other hand, if she sits with her body turned slightly away or her arms crossed, she may feel uncertain or guarded. Another key sign to watch for is how she positions herself in a group setting. If she consistently gravitates toward you, adjusts her seat to face you, or finds excuses to stand close by, she's likely prioritizing your presence. This is her nonverbal way of saying, "I want to be near you," even if it's not obvious to everyone else. The direction of her gaze is equally telling. If you notice her glancing at you frequently, especially when she thinks you're not looking, she's likely checking to see how you're reacting or trying to gather more about you. These fleeting looks are moments of vulnerability, indicating that she's intrigued and possibly nervous about how you perceive her. Stoicism teaches the importance of observing actions rather than words. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." A woman's body language is often a reflection of her inner emotions, whether or not she's consciously aware of it. Her movements, gestures, and expressions are all windows into how she feels about you. Physical proximity is another important clue. If she consistently finds reasons to be close to you, whether it's standing beside you in a crowded room or leaning toward you during a quiet moment, she's signaling her desire for connection. People naturally gravitate toward those they feel drawn to, and her efforts to be near you are no accident. Notice how she reacts to your presence. Does she adjust her hair, touch her face, or smooth her clothes when you approach? These small, seemingly unrelated actions are often unconscious attempts to present herself at her best. They signal nervous energy, excitement, and a desire to impress. Paying attention to her facial expressions can also reveal her interest. If her smile is frequent and genuine, with crinkling at the corners of her eyes, it shows she's genuinely happy to be around you. A soft, shy smile may indicate a mix of attraction and nervousness, while a playful grin could suggest comfort and flirtation. When she listens to you, her body language might become even more telling. Does she tilt her head slightly or nod along to show she's engaged? These are signs she's not only hearing your words, but also emotionally attuned to the conversation. Her willingness to give you her full attention indicates respect and admiration. The Stoics believed in living fully present in each moment, understanding the nuances of human interaction. Observing her body language with care and attentiveness aligns with this philosophy. By focusing on her actions, you gain a deeper understanding of her feelings and intentions. Over time, you may notice patterns in her behavior that reinforce her attraction. Perhaps she always leans in during conversations, or she instinctively mirrors your gestures without realizing it. These repeated actions reflect a consistent emotional draw, signaling that her feelings for you are more than fleeting. Her body language may also shift depending on the context of your interactions. In a more casual setting, she might be relaxed and playful, while in intimate moments, her gestures might become softer and more intentional. These shifts reveal how she adapts to the dynamic between you, further demonstrating her emotional investment. Ultimately, her body language is an intricate dance of subconscious cues and deliberate actions. Each movement, glance, and touch speaks volumes about her feelings, creating a language of its own. By observing these subtle signs, you gain insight into her emotions and the depth of her connection with you. As you navigate these signals, remember to approach the situation with patience and respect. Just as her body language speaks for her emotions, your responses will convey your own intentions and feelings. Together, these unspoken exchanges create a foundation for a deeper, more meaningful bond. Chapter 5. She teases and flirts subtly. Playful teasing and subtle flirting are timeless ways to gauge interest and deepen emotional connections. When a woman gently mocks you, challenges you, or engages in witty banter, she's doing more than just joking around. She's creating a bridge of intimacy. These playful interactions are her way of testing your reactions, building rapport, and signaling a deeper emotional investment. Teasing, when done in this light-hearted and respectful manner, creates a sense of excitement. For example, she might joke about a habit of yours, saying something like, "Oh, are you that person who always orders the same thing?" or challenge you with a smirk, "I bet you can't beat me at this game." These interactions are never meant to offend, but to invite you into a dynamic that feels both personal and engaging. Subtle flirting often involves playful challenges that encourage you to rise to the occasion. She might create little competitions or use humor to see how you handle yourself under light-hearted pressure. Perhaps she makes a comment like, "I'm sure I could run circles around you in this," with a twinkle in her eye. Her goal isn't just the banter, it's to see how you respond. Are you confident, witty, and capable of matching her energy? The energy behind teasing matters even more than the words themselves. A sly smile, a raised eyebrow, or a quick glance after a witty remark can say more than an entire sentence. These subtle cues are her way of creating intrigue and keeping you on your toes. It's a dance of emotions, where every move is designed to bring you closer to her world. Flirting through teasing also serves as a test of compatibility. When she throws playful jabs, she's checking whether you can take them in stride, laugh at yourself, and throw a clever response back her way. This exchange builds a unique connection that feels effortless and fun. Your ability to navigate this dynamic with confidence and humor reassures her that you're someone she can share a playful side with. The Stoics understood the importance of humor and playfulness in life. Seneca wisely observed, "Life, if well lived, is long." Playful teasing is her way of ensuring your time together is filled with joy, spontaneity, and shared laughter. By engaging in this light-hearted exchange, she's also showing you that she values the lighter side of life, a crucial element in building a deep emotional bond. Over time, her teasing may become more personalized. She remembers quirks about you and incorporates them into your interactions, making her teasing feel uniquely tailored. For instance, if she knows you're obsessed with a particular hobby, she might jokingly claim she could outdo you at it. Or, if you share an inside joke, she'll bring it up at just the right moment to catch you off guard and make you laugh. These personalized jabs reveal how closely she's paying attention to you, which is a sign of deeper feelings. Flirting through teasing also allows her to express vulnerability in a safe way. It's a subtle strategy to lower her guard without risking too much. By initiating a playful dynamic, she's showing you a side of herself that's relaxed and open. This isn't something she does with just anyone, it's reserved for those she feels comfortable and connected with. Another layer of subtle flirting is how she reacts when the tables are turned. If you tease her back, pay attention to her response. Does she laugh, blush, or playfully push back? These reactions indicate that she enjoys the dynamic and is invested in keeping the energy alive. She wants to see if you can keep up with her, adding to the mutual excitement. Flirting and teasing often blend with other signs of interest, such as body language. She might lean in closer when making a witty remark, touch your arm lightly after a joke, or maintain eye contact as she delivers a playful challenge. These non-verbal cues amplify her words, making the interaction feel more intimate. Additionally, teasing creates a balance between tension and comfort. While it adds a layer of excitement, it also makes your connection feel more approachable and less formal. She's inviting you to drop any walls or pretenses and engage with her authentically. It's her way of saying, let's enjoy this moment together and see where it takes us. The playful dynamic she establishes through teasing often serves as the foundation for deeper emotional connections. By sharing laughter and light-hearted moments, you create memories that stand out. These interactions become the stories you both look back on with a smile, further solidifying your bond. Ultimately, a teasing isn't just about humor, it's about connection. It's her way of testing compatibility, fostering emotional intimacy, and creating a shared experience that feels both unique and personal. As you navigate this playful exchange, remember to meet her energy with warmth and confidence, showing her that you appreciate her effort to bring joy and excitement into your relationship. In this light-hearted dance of words and emotions, she's revealing a deeper truth. Her feelings for you are real, and she's drawn to you in ways that go beyond the surface. Her teasing is a sign that she's invested in creating a connection that's both meaningful and fun, blending the Stoic wisdom of joy with the timeless art of flirting. Chapter 6. She shows concern for your life. When a woman consistently shows concern for your well-being, it goes beyond common courtesy or politeness. It reflects an emotional investment rooted in care and empathy. This is her way of telling you, without words, that you matter to her. Her actions aren't merely habitual, they're intentional, thoughtful, and deeply connected to her feelings for you. For instance, she might ask about your day, not in passing, but with genuine curiosity. She listens attentively to your response, asking follow-up questions or offering thoughtful suggestions. If you mentioned a difficult meeting at work or a personal challenge, she remembers and checks in later, demonstrating that your struggles don't just pass through her mind, they linger because she's invested in your happiness and success. When you express feelings of stress, frustration, or fatigue, her concern often translates into action. Perhaps she sends a text in the middle of the day just to say, "I hope everything's going well," or brings you a cup of coffee exactly how you like it. These gestures, while seemingly small, are profound. They signal that she's attuned to your emotional state and actively seeks ways to uplift you. Her concern may also extend to your long-term goals and aspirations. She's the one asking about that project you've been working on, encouraging you to pursue opportunities, or celebrating your successes with genuine pride. This encouragement reflects her desire to see you thrive, not just because it makes you happy, but because your victories feel personal to her. The Stoics emphasized the importance of compassion and service to others, principles that resonate deeply in her actions. Seneca's words, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness," capture the essence of her behavior. She sees her role in your life as someone who can contribute positively, offering kindness and support in ways that elevate your connection. Her concern is often subtle yet consistent. It's in the way she notices when something feels off, even when you haven't said anything. Maybe she picks up on your change in tone or expression and gently asks, "Are you okay?" This attentiveness shows that she's not only listening to your words, but also paying attention to the unspoken emotions beneath them. Her support isn't limited to emotional encouragement. She may go out of her way to lighten your load or make your life easier. Whether it's helping you with a task, surprising you with something you've been needing, or rearranging her schedule to accommodate yours, These actions are her way of showing that she values your well-being enough to make sacrifices for you. This kind of consistent concern builds a foundation of trust and emotional security. It shows that she's not just present during the good times, but also when things get tough. A willingness to stand by you, offer advice, or simply be a listening ear demonstrates that she sees you as someone worth investing her energy and care into. Furthermore, her concern often extends to the people and things you care about. She might ask about your family, show interest in your hobbies, or make an effort to connect with your friends. This is her way of immersing herself in your world, proving that her feelings for you are holistic. They're about embracing everything that makes you who you are. It's important to recognize that her consistent concern is a reflection of her deeper feelings for you. It's not something she would do for just anyone. When a woman takes the time to show this level of care, she's signaling that you occupy a special place in her heart. The Stoic principle of being present in the moment is also evident in her behavior. Marcus Aurelius taught, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. By showing concern, she helps you manage life's challenges, grounding you with her presence and support. A consistent care and attentiveness create a dynamic where you feel seen, valued, and supported, an emotional environment where deeper connections thrive. It's a subtle yet powerful way of expressing her affection, showing that she's not only emotionally invested in you, but also committed to being a positive influence in your life. In the end, her concern isn't just about kindness, it's about connection. Every thoughtful gesture, every question about your day, and every effort to ease your burdens is her way of saying, I care about you more deeply than words can express. And when you recognize and appreciate her efforts, it strengthens the bond between you, creating a relationship built on mutual respect, understanding, and emotional closeness. Chapter 7. She remembers small details. When a woman harbors deep feelings for you, her memory becomes a repository of the moments and words that connect her to you. This attentiveness is not accidental, it's a testament to how deeply she values your presence in her life. She recalls the small things, the details others might overlook, because they matter to her, just as you do. For instance, you might casually mention a childhood memory, a favorite snack, or an upcoming project you're working on. To you, these could be fleeting remarks, but to her, they're pieces of a puzzle she's carefully assembling. Later, she might bring up that memory, show up with your favorite snack, or ask about your project with genuine curiosity. These acts reveal an emotional investment that goes beyond surface-level interest. This level of attentiveness signals more than care, it reflects her deep emotional connection to you. It's not just that she remembers, it's that she chooses to act on those memories. If you mentioned feeling stressed and she later surprises you with a thoughtful gesture to lighten your load, she's communicating her desire to support and nurture you in subtle, meaningful ways. Her focus on the details extends to moments that seem mundane but are profoundly telling. She might comment on the way you smile when you're excited or how you pause to think before answering a tough question. This heightened awareness of your nuances is her way of silently affirming, I see you, and I value who you are. The Stoics emphasized the importance of being present, of truly immersing oneself in the here and now. Marcus Aurelius wrote, confine yourself to the present. Her ability to recall and act on these small details is a living embodiment of this philosophy. She is fully present in your shared moments, absorbing not just what you say, but who you are at your core. Her attentiveness can also manifest in how she anticipates your needs before you even voice them. Perhaps she notices you often misplace your keys and gifts you a stylish key organizer, or she senses you're feeling overwhelmed and sends a text just to check in. These gestures are more than thoughtful, they are deeply intentional, designed to show that she understands and prioritizes you in ways others may not. When someone remembers the small things, they are demonstrating a form of emotional intimacy that transcends words. It's an act of quiet devotion, a way of saying, "You matter enough to me that I hold on to even the smallest parts of you." This kind of attentiveness fosters trust and creates a profound sense of being seen, something we all crave in relationships. By valuing these moments, she's not only showing her feelings, but also inviting you to meet her in that space of connection. It's a call to recognize her investment and, perhaps, to reflect on whether you feel the same. Her consistent attention to detail isn't just a sign of affection, it's a reflection of how much you mean to her. In the end, her ability to remember the little things is a subtle yet powerful form of love. It's a quiet, steady declaration that says, "I care enough to notice you, even when you think no one is watching." And when you recognize and appreciate this, you open the door to a connection that thrives on mutual understanding and respect. Through these small acts, she creates a shared space where your relationship can grow, guided by mindfulness, thoughtfulness, and a deep emotional bond. In her actions, the wisdom of the Stoics is evident: presence, care, and the choice to focus on what truly matters in the moment. These signs, subtle yet powerful, reveal her hidden feelings and emotional investment. By observing her behavior and applying the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, you can navigate this connection with clarity and intention. If you've noticed any of these signs in your own life, share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more insights into the art of attraction and emotional connection.